It was my wife Sophia's birthday, and I had planned a special surprise, a first-class cruise trip. I was excited to give it to her, thinking about how much she always said she wanted to see the world. But instead of keeping the ticket for herself, she ended up giving it to her coworker, Mark. When I got to the dock, the crew stopped me because my name wasn't on the ticket. There was an argument, and somehow I got hurt and passed out. I woke up later in a hospital room. I was all alone, and Sophia wasn't there to explain anything. While I was lying there, I saw that Mark had posted something on social media. There was a picture of him and Sophia kissing, right out in the open, for everyone to see. It was like they didn't care who knew. Under the picture, he had written something like, "You are my rose. If you jump, I'll jump with you." I read his words and felt a cold laugh escape me. I typed a reply, "Hope your joint burial goes well." Then I put my phone down and called my lawyer. I decided right then that I was going to end my 5-year marriage myself. When Sophia received the divorce papers, she called me right away. This was the same woman who usually ignored most of my messages, but now she was yelling at me over the phone. "You weren't like this when you were trying to get me," she accused. "Now that you have me, you're showing your true colors, you jerk. You're just using me and throwing me away." She got even more aggressive. "Why are you being so sensitive and paranoid? Mark helped us get a big client with his project. I was just giving him a small reward." I looked at the 4 marks on my hand from the argument at the dock and felt nothing. I asked her in a cold voice, "Do you even know what that cruise ticket meant?" It was Sophia's birthday, and I chose the cruise because she often said she wished someone would take her to see the world. I thought it was a really meaningful birthday gift for her. Sophia sounded a little guilty, but she still insisted, "You're the one who loves me the most, so I can use the gift however I want." Just after she said that, I heard Mark's voice on the phone. "Baby, the water's ready. Come on." The call ended suddenly. I listened to the dial tone. Soon after, I saw a new post from Mark on social media. He was shirtless, holding Sophia, who was wearing a sexy nightgown. They were taking a mirror selfie. The caption said, "No one can take you away from me again." Seeing Sophia's sweet smile in the picture made the stitched wound on my head feel even uglier. I shook my head sadly and contacted my lawyer again to speed up dividing our money and things. I was determined to end this bad relationship myself. After the fight at the dock, I had a cut on my head, and my old stomach problem flared up. I was in the hospital by myself for a whole week before I was allowed to leave. Sophia never called me during that time. She didn't show any concern for me, but I did see her enjoying her life every day through Mark's social media posts. They watched the sunrise and sunset together, stayed in the same first-class cabin, took romantic baths together, and were always holding hands. The staff on the cruise even thought they were a married couple. Even at the dinner dances, they kissed passionately in front of everyone. I saved all of these pictures and videos quietly. One day, Sophia finally came back home. The moment she opened the door, she was hit by the smell of garlic and yelled, "You know I hate garlic. Why does the house smell so bad?" For all the years we were married, because Sophia once said she hated garlic, I always cooked without it. Now I understood that she just didn't want the smell of garlic to ruin her perfect image in front of Mark. I didn't even look up. I took another sip of the garlic-filled soup. "If you don't like it, don't come near me. Go kiss your Mark." Then I pushed my phone in front of her. On the screen were the intimate selfies of her and Mark. Sophia got angry. She rushed over and threw the bowl of soup on the floor. "Stop being so difficult. I'm getting close to Mark for my career. What does a homebody loser like you know about that?" Sharp pieces of the broken bowl cut my hand, leaving a bleeding wound. "And who do you think you are? Being jealous with your awkward looks? Do you even realize how handsome Mark is?" Sophia wasn't finished. She even wanted to hit me. But unlike before, I grabbed her hand firmly. "Have you had enough?" I said in a serious voice. My change in behavior surprised Sophia. In the past, no matter how Sophia treated me, I never fought back or argued. Seeing the cuts on my hand and head made her feel a little guilty. Your stubbornness needs to change, she said, her voice full of disapproval. After all these years, I'm the only one who understands you enough to stay with you. Otherwise, with your bad personality and uselessness, society would have left you a long time ago. Back when I was in school, for some reason, nobody wanted to be around me. Because of this, I became very shy and kept to myself. But Sophia stepped in and became my desk mate. She was beautiful and popular. Not only did she want to be my friend, but she also told others not to ignore me. She wrote me notes every day, encouraging me with different words. I was so touched by her kindness and fell in love with her. I worked hard to keep up with her in school, and we went to the same college. I followed her, always doing what she wanted, chasing her for 5 years. Finally, after we finished college, I married her. I helped her start her business with the money I gave her. I worked hard over the years to earn money for her company. But in her eyes, I was still a useless, bad-tempered fool. Feeling the bitter taste in my mouth, I said quietly, "You can't even look at me. Why not just sign the divorce papers? Let's set each other free." Sophia had her career and connections, becoming a successful CEO that people envied. She was no longer the bright person who had made me feel better. And I had suffered enough all these years. Let's just say it was my way of paying her back for helping me back then. When I first brought up the divorce myself, Sophia looked completely shocked. She scoffed and poked my nose. "You, a broke, needy loser, have the nerve to ask me for a divorce? Take a good look in the mirror. Besides me, who else would even consider you?" Sophia was about to keep yelling at me when the doorbell rang. She turned and ran to answer it. Standing there was Mark, coming to visit us. Sophia's expression softened, and she turned back to me with a sweet smile. "Mark is here." Mark was very polite. He greeted me with, "Hey, brother-in-law, sorry to just show up." He told us they were having a surprise party for Sophia, and he came to invite me and Sophia to join. Sophia didn't even seem to care about my bleeding hand. She pushed me into the room. "Hurry up and change. Don't go looking messy and embarrass yourself." I wanted to argue with Sophia and force her to agree to the divorce, but my pride told me not to look weak in front of everyone. So I quickly wrapped up my wound and put on a suit Sophia threw at me. The old, wrinkled suit made me look even more out of place. When I was about to drive, Mark stopped me. "Brother-in-law, you don't look so good today. How about I drive you and Sophia?" Mark insisted I get into his car, but Sophia got in the front seat with him. I sat in the back like a stranger. Once we were in the car, I noticed there were lots of small pictures of Mark and Sophia decorating the inside. Mark wasn't even trying to hide it. He made a point of showing me. "Brother-in-law, Sophia looks great in photos, doesn't she? You're so lucky to have such a pretty wife." Sophia coughed awkwardly. "I had Mark put the photos there, so when he's out meeting clients, they know he's under my protection. It stops anyone from messing with him." I nodded without showing any emotion. Sophia was quite the boss, standing up for Mark, and even giving him special treatment without missing a beat. When we reached the place, Mark said he needed to change and told us to go ahead into the room. After a while, he came back, and I was completely stunned. Mark was wearing a suit that looked similar to mine, but it was clearly a very expensive, specially made one. I remembered the suit. Not long ago, Sophia showed me a picture and asked, "From your point of view as a man, would you like this shiny fabric? This Italian handmade suit, only 3 are sold a year. It costs as much as a house." I thought she was planning to buy it for our anniversary. Now it all made sense. Mark pretended to be surprised and came over, patting my old suit. "Brother-in-law, our suits look so alike. Sorry, I didn't know Sophia got me a suit that matched yours. If it bothers you, I'll go change now." He had a smug smile on his face. Sophia looked angry, annoyed with me. "If you had any sense, You'd take that suit off now instead of making Mark feel awkward." As Sophia spoke, her co-workers gathered around, adding their comments. "Look at yourself before trying to match outfits with Mark. Do you think copying Mark will make Sophia choose you? These days, people trying to steal someone's partner are so bold, aren't they? Too bad about your face. No one would even pay for your time." Those sharp comments felt like they were drilling into my ears. Sophia had been married to me for 5 years, but never posted about me on social media. She never brought me into her group of friends. She even left her wedding ring on the nightstand and never wore it when she went out. So everyone thought she was single and successful, and preferred seeing her with handsome Mark. I stayed silent, and Sophia rolled her eyes in disgust. "That annoying stubbornness of yours. Impossible to get a word out of you. I've had enough." Mark came forward, holding on to Sophia's arm. "On such a good day, don't let your brother-in-law upset you." Sophia ignored me and went into the room with Mark, greeting everyone. I watched as they acted like a happy couple, accepting congratulations and taking pictures. Mark held Sophia close and occasionally glanced back at me, showing that he felt he had won. Seeing Mark's smug smile, I realized all my efforts and pride meant nothing now. I tried to swallow my bitterness and leave this awful scene, but after a few steps I changed my mind. Why should I be the one to leave? I followed them up to the hotel suite. Seeing me, Mark didn't stop, but made fun of me. If I were you, I would have given up by now. Being a husband who's been treated like this, and being the other man so openly, you're the first person I've seen alive like this. Sophia saw what I was doing and stepped in front of Mark. "Ethan, are you done yet? You're acting crazy, always thinking you're being cheated on. No wonder everyone avoids you." Sophia always knew how to say things that hurt the most. I clenched my fists, staring at the shameful couple. Mark, enjoying the situation, added, "I know more about Sophia's cycle than you do, since she takes birth control for me. Her cycle has been messed up. You don't even know her intimately. If it weren't for pity, she wouldn't even go home." Mark's words pushed me over the edge. I lost control and punched Mark, knocking him flat on the floor. Sophia saw him fall and furiously grabbed a cup, smashing it over the wound on my head. "Touch Mark again, and I'll call the police and have you locked up." My freshly stitched wound started bleeding again, mixing with the old injury and making me feel dizzy. Sophia just watched me, covered in blood, without any sign of concern. I started to feel panicked. Before I fell helplessly to the ground, I heard Sophia shouting in my ear, "Ethan, I didn't mean to. I've called an ambulance. Hang in there." I collapsed in a pool of blood. In the last few seconds before I passed out, it seemed like I saw Sophia frowning and walking nervously towards me. He already had a serious stomach problem and was weak. Now, with a huge wound on his head, he has a concussion. And yet, you left him to die? If he dies here at the party, can you handle that responsibility? The noise and commotion woke me up. I struggled to open my eyes and saw Sophia holding my hand, looking worried. "Ethan, how are you feeling? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you." Facing Sophia's fake regret, I didn't show any emotion. Everything I had gone through over the past few days had destroyed all my hopes and dreams. I once thought I had won Sophia over with how sincere I was, but now I realized that her demands for a secret marriage, no wedding, no honeymoon, not even rings, were all part of her plan from the beginning. My patience and understanding had only led to Mark treating me badly and humiliating me. Thinking about those humiliating moments, hatred filled my heart. I wouldn't let those two get away with it easily. I put on a cold face and asked Sophia, "Did you give Mark the plan for getting that big client?" Sophia brushed me off. "You don't need to worry about my company's business. What's important for you is to get better. I'll have you moved to the best hospital in the area soon." I pulled Sophia's hand away. "That plan was something I worked on day and night. and you just gave it to Mark to make him look like a business expert?" Sophia's face changed. "Ethan, did you hit your head and lose your memory? How could you make any plan? You don't understand business. The plan was Mark's work." Sophia dared to completely twist the truth. During the time her company was starting, it was me working behind the scenes, advising Sophia on how to get important clients, making plans, and Sophia used my money and plans to slowly build her wealth. Yet her attitude towards me became more impatient. "All day typing on your computer, looking messy? Who cares about what you write? Why don't you spend time working out to get six-pack abs and big muscles? Otherwise, why should I support you? I'd rather have 2 dogs." Even though she looked down on me, Sophia always secretly opened my computer to steal my plans. Ever since Mark came back into Sophia's life, I suspected Sophia was always stealing my plans. I didn't expect her to shamelessly say that Mark did my work, but I was no longer the Ethan who loved Sophia desperately. This time I would make them pay. I thought, Sophia refuses to divorce me only because she's afraid of losing her free help. "Sophia, today I realized what a manipulative woman you are." In front of everyone, I openly announced that Sophia and I had been married for 5 years. I also publicly showed all the support I had given her, from the initial money for her company to helping Sophia quietly behind the scenes. If anyone doubts it, they can come to my house and check our marriage certificate and all my records on my computer. The truth spread shockingly among everyone. "What? Sophia's been married all this time? So, Mark is the other man? How could she openly cheat like this? That's disgusting." Sophia's face turned red and then white, forcing her to threaten me. "Ethan, can't we talk about this at home? Do you have to expose everything here?" Before I could continue, a woman suddenly stepped forward. "Sophia, you've gone too far. I've kept quiet for Ethan's sake, knowing you pretended to be single for years. Your success was largely because you had Ethan as a great husband, yet you betray him and openly cheat. Have some decency." I looked up at this woman. She smiled at me slightly. "Ethan, you might have forgotten me. I'm Sarah, your college friend. I struggled to start my company early on, and you gave me 2 plans for free online that helped me recover. That's why I am where I am today." Hearing what she said, I finally realized my friend was now a major client of Sophia's company. With her supporting me, the others looked at Sophia with even more disapproval. When Sophia didn't know what to do, Mark's voice suddenly cut through. "Sophia, what are you doing with that loser? We were supposed to have a bath together today." Mark burst into the room, shocked by the crowd staring at him. Sophia was even more trapped and embarrassed. She yelled at Mark with rare anger. "My husband is hurt this badly. Why are you here? Get lost." Always spoiled by Sophia, Mark looked shocked at her harsh words. He looked at Sophia sadly. Sophia softened immediately. "I'm busy now. Go back. I'll find you later." Mark glanced at me angrily. Seeing that Sophia still cared most about Mark's feelings, I took out my phone without hesitation, showing a video Mark had sent to provoke me. In the video, Mark was holding Sophia as they lay in a bathtub. Mark asked, "Sophia, when can we be together openly?" Sophia playfully kissed him, held his face, and promised, "As soon as I find a way to get rid of Ethan with nothing, we'll get married and won't need to hide anymore." As for the social media posts Mark made to show off, everyone saw them too. I also showed the records of money transfers the lawyer had sent me. "Here are all the transfers you made to Mark, taking money from our shared accounts. Sophia, only someone like you could do something so disgusting." Before, to stay with Sophia, I might have ignored it and put up with it. Thank goodness, even when Sophia was in a difficult situation, she still had that mean mouth. This gave me the perfect chance to fight back. "You claim you're busy with work and never cook. Yet how many meals have you made for Mark? You hate wearing makeup in front of me, but you'll put on heavy makeup and black stockings to please Mark. When you took the first-class cruise tickets I booked, you used them to make Mark happy. I was lying alone in a hospital bed, dealing with different health problems. I smiled through my tears. Sophia, compared to everything I've suffered, what you're going through today is nothing. Hearing my unbearable accusations, everyone present looked at Sophia with disgust. Sophia's body trembled, but she still insisted. Ethan, you must have hit your head and lost your mind to be talking such nonsense. These things are all in your imagination. Meanwhile, Mark couldn't handle the judging stares and hid behind Sophia. Sophia, you're a CEO. At least say something. Only when she heard the mocking laughter did Sophia finally react and yell at the employees loudly. This is an argument between me and my husband. Do you really think it's your place to watch? Once Sophia had chased everyone away, Mark changed his attitude. He stood in front of me with arrogance. Don't think shedding a few tears for sympathy will make Sophia leave me for you. I have plenty of ways to deal with you. I'll call the psychiatric hospital now and have them lock you up. Sophia seemed to have had enough. She forcefully knocked Mark's phone out of his hand and ordered sternly, "Is this the time for you to act up? Stop annoying me! Go away too!" Mark was stunned. Didn't you say you loved me the most? How can you say such harsh words to me? It's clearly that loser who's bothering you. You always said you couldn't stand him and wanted him gone. As Mark's words became more careless, Sophia kicked Mark hard. Say more nonsense, and I'll send you to the mental hospital myself. Mark grabbed his groin in pain, but seeing Sophia's angry look, he had no choice but to awkwardly stumble out of the hospital room. With the world finally quiet, Sophia, with red eyes, dropped to her knees beside my bed. Ethan, there's so much misunderstanding between us, and I'll explain everything clearly. You have to believe in me, okay? After all, when you were alone, I was the one who pulled you out of your sadness. I've been so good to you. We've been together for 10 years. I would never hurt you for another man. Sophia spoke with a hint of crying, shedding fake tears. I scoffed. For all the good you did back then, I've paid you back completely during the past 10 years. I won't be foolish enough to believe your insincere feelings again. Sophia, sign the divorce papers. Let's end this respectfully. I also warned Sophia that I had saved all the evidence and our property had been legally documented. Don't expect me to leave with nothing. What's mine, I'm not giving up. As for the plans Mark stole, he can look forward to a court date. Sophia couldn't believe that there would be a day when I would be this determined. She looked at me, startled. Ethan, I never thought you would be so calculating and thoughtful, that you've been protecting yourself against me. Didn't you love me for 10 years? How can you stand to see everything I have ruined? I laughed and shook my head. You found it in you to stab my heart again and again. Compared to that, what I've done is just a small amount. Smirking, I looked at Sophia and asked, Since we've been together for 10 years, do you remember what today is? Sophia hesitated. Is today your birthday? I looked at Sophia with disappointment. Today is our 5th wedding anniversary. For 5 years, Sophia never remembered this day, yet she remembered Mark's birthday. Each time Mark had a birthday, she booked the most expensive hotel and threw the biggest party. She would gladly buy him cars and houses worth millions. But on my birthdays, all she ever said was a careless, "Happy birthday." She promised to celebrate once she was free. I can overlook my birthday, but I can't overlook the most important day between us. Hearing this, Sophia looked panicked again. How could I forget? I just didn't tell you to give you a surprise. What surprise? I replied simply. The surprise of you and Mark renting a room at a hotel? Or the surprise of Mark changing your sanitary products for you? I've known for a while. Last year on our anniversary, Sophia spent it at a hotel with Mark. By accident, I saw a private video of them on Sophia's phone. In the video, Mark smugly claimed, "Ethan, such an ugly person, totally doesn't deserve you." To which Sophia, full of affection, responded, "You have me, all of me. My heart and body are only yours." Back then, my love for Sophia and my unwillingness to give up made me choose to forgive her. But Sophia didn't appreciate it, and became more daring. Watching me sigh over the past, Sophia assumed I would eventually give in. She jumped into my arms, holding on tightly. "Ethan, I was just confused for a moment and tricked by Mark. But you must believe that I only see you as my husband. I only love you. Can't you give me a chance to make things right?" As she spoke, Sophia leaned in for a kiss and even started to take off her clothes. I could smell her perfume, the same one Mark uses. I felt a wave of disgust. I pushed Sophia away forcefully. Caught off guard, she fell to the floor with a loud thud. At that moment, the door opened. Without thinking, Sophia pulled her clothes tighter and immediately explained, "Mark and I were just talking about work. Our relationship is purely professional. Don't get the wrong idea." But Sophia herself was surprised after she said it. Sarah, standing in the doorway, smirked at Sophia. "Sophia, your shameless other man at home is causing trouble right now. You better go make up with him." Sophia's face turned red. "Whatever Mark wants to do has nothing to do with me." Sarah laughed even louder. "I never said the other man was Mark. Why are you, Sophia, taking it personally?" Right after she said that, we heard Mark crying in the hallway. "Let me go! If Sophia doesn't want me, I don't want to live anymore." Hearing Mark's voice really made Sophia change her mind. She bit her lip and looked at me. "Ethan, wait until I sort out this mess. I'll come back and make it up to you. I'll fix our marriage. You have to believe me." But I'm afraid even Sophia didn't believe her own words. Watching Sophia rush out of the hospital room towards Mark, I couldn't help but find it all ridiculous. But I had also stopped feeling any sadness over Sophia. I chuckled quietly and looked at Sarah. "Sorry for all the drama today, but seriously, thank you. If it weren't for you today, I might have bled to death right there. You're my lifesaver." It was just a simple thank you, but it brought tears to Sarah's eyes. She forced a smile and handed me a gift. "I came over today to give you an anniversary present. I know today was supposed to be important for you. Now the gift seems kind of unnecessary." I opened the box to find some powder to help with stomach problems, with a small note on top that read, "Sleep early, eat healthy. If you feel bad, just mix one up and drink." Seeing that familiar handwriting, I felt a shock through my whole body. Wait, were those notes and letters from before all written by you? Sarah didn't expect me to remember her handwriting. Hearing my question, she started crying again. "I'm sorry. If I had known Sophia would treat you like this, I would have been braver back then." From Sarah, I learned the truth about what happened back then. After I helped Sarah when she fainted from low blood sugar on the playground and bought her chocolate, she started to like me. But Sophia, seeing Sarah as a competitor because she was also pretty and popular, bullied her. When she found out about Sarah's feelings, Sophia declared, "Your crush will soon be mine. Just wait and see." Using her status as the popular girl, Sophia got everyone to gang up on me until I became quiet and withdrawn. Only then did she step in, pretending to be my savior. She even took credit for Sarah's supportive notes to me, making them seem like her own. That's why I used to think Sophia's handwriting looked different from when we were younger. Unfortunately, I was too weak back then, afraid of conflict and suffered in silence. But that ended up hurting you. Looking at Sarah, who was now crying uncontrollably, I felt no anger towards her, only deep pity. At the same time, a weight lifted off my shoulders. It seemed like I didn't owe Sophia anything at all. No wonder she had been such a disappointment to me over the years. And no wonder Sophia had no guilt about stealing my work from Mark. She had been manipulating me all along from the start. I was blind because of my feelings, unable to see that she was manipulative and selfish, with no regard for others. Sarah and I talked for a long time, like old friends. In the end, Sarah told me that if I ever needed help, I should reach out. I promised Sarah that I wouldn't let myself suffer any longer. After Sarah left, I contacted the lawyer again. I wanted to change the divorce agreement. This time I wanted to make sure Sophia left with nothing and paid the price for stealing my work. The lawyer assured me he would handle everything. While the divorce was happening, Sophia showed up again. She made herself look sad on purpose, and as soon as she appeared, she knelt in front of me. "I've sorted things out with Mark. I realized it's you I love the most. I can't lose you. Ethan, you've always loved me and accepted me. You can forgive these small mistakes, right?" Seeing that I wasn't affected, Sophia wrapped her arms around me and started taking off her clothes. "Ethan, you loved me so much, right? I'll take care of you every day, make you so comfortable." Once proud and distant, now she was begging like a dog trying to get my approval. I pulled away in disgust. "Sophia, I have nothing to say to you. Don't worry, I'll make sure you pay for your actions. You'll leave with nothing, and your dirty little secrets will be on the internet soon for everyone to see the real you. Good luck with that." Sophia's face turned angry, but realizing her situation, she switched back to crying. "Ethan, I was the one who pulled you out of despair. If it weren't for me, you would have, you know? How can you be so ungrateful?" Bringing that up only made me angrier. "Sophia, can you be honest for once? Admit you were the one who pushed me into the abyss in the first place." I looked at Sophia with all my anger. "I know everything about that time now. I know you ruined me. I know you only used me to hurt someone else. You took someone else's credit and made yourself seem like my savior. For years you've only used me. Where's the love in that?" I finally saw it all clearly. For years, Sophia had been manipulating me, just taking everything she could from me. Whether it was saving up for her startup, buying a house or car, or becoming the power behind her every move later on. There were no real feelings from Sophia, only using me. Yet faced with my accusations, Sophia was still that cowardly bully, too scared to admit she was wrong and just making excuses. "But I stood by you, pulled you up. If not for me, you would have kept being bullied. You'd be depressed. And I let you experience the good and bad sides of human nature early on. It made you stronger inside. Shouldn't you thank me for that?" Seeing how cold I was, Sophia finally broke down in tears. "Ethan, I'm sorry. I was selfish. I realize I'm just pretty and nothing else. When I saw you were actually smart and capable, and especially easy to trick, I decided to keep you this way to make you give me everything. You're so amazing. I was scared if I lost you, I wouldn't make money, so I kept hiding things from you, trying to use you." The truth hurt, but Sophia finally admitted everything. She held on to my legs, shaking. She kept bowing to me. "For the sake of all the years you've loved me, forgive me just this once. Don't push me into the abyss, I'm begging you." I kicked Sophia away. "It wasn't me pushing you into the abyss, it was the demon inside you." I called the hospital security to make Sophia leave as she begged and pleaded. Later, the internet exposed what Sophia and Mark had done. Because of the public pressure, Sophia had to fire Mark, and she even sued Mark herself first for stealing company secrets. With strong evidence, Sophia leaving with nothing was certain. Sophia and Mark became hated by everyone. She had no choice but to give the chairman position to me, and then quietly leave the company. On the day I was allowed to leave the hospital, Sophia still came to pick me up, with nothing left. But I got into Sarah's car. I just told Sophia to meet me at the government office tomorrow to get the divorce. Ignoring her former self, she chased our car like crazy. "Ethan, please give me another chance." As long as you still want to love me, I can give up everything." In the rearview mirror, Sophia reminded me of how I used to be, so humble and desperate. Watching her disappear from sight, I knew I had finally gotten rid of the negative influence that had held me back, and could stand tall again to embrace life.